Thanks for coming back to BRMC's Healthy Connections. And I was just getting ready to ask Lori Day Howe how did the galas all start? Now, I know that Hospice of the Ozark has been around for many, many years, but
1979.
1979. Why did the galas start? That was 6 years ago, you'd said.
It was 6 years ago, and it was as a fundraising effort for the hospice house when the hospice house was being built, and a way to raise funds specifically for construction of the hospice house, which has been a tremendous asset to our program and to what we have to offer in our community. But then it has since evolved into, and it went over so well, and I think they had so much fun, that it has just evolved into a fundraiser to just help support the work we do. Each year we spend between $150,000 and $200,000 in uncompensated care. And so that helps recoup some of those costs and put money back into hospice and allows us to continue to serve patients in both programs, or both services, both home and hospice house.
In the home or at the hospice house. I've had the pleasure and the honor of going through the hospice house, and it truly is a home. It is warm, it is welcoming. The rooms do not look like hospital rooms. It's there for the whole family. It was the thought and design that went into it is incredible. It's the staff. I mean, you just can't say enough nice things. The areas that you have set aside for family members while they're there, and children with books and TV and videos and warm fireplace and sofa to sit on and kitchen to go and cook.
The chapel is my favorite room. I go in there and it's just the stained glass, and it's just beautiful.
I actually just had my first tour last week.
I
was very impressed. Hospice serviced my mom when she passed away 8 years ago, but hospice house hadn't been built yet. So
and she was in the home.
And I think, we're very lucky in this community. We have a lot of giving inhabitants. I mean, everybody is so giving.
We're very blessed.
We are very, very blessed. I mean, you think the things that we have, but we are one of the very few communities that actually have a hospice house. For the size of this community, that's a tremendous feather in our cap.
Absolutely, the accomplishment of that. I went to the original hospice in San Diego, California, many, many years ago. And I mean, that's an enormous community of millions of people, and here we have one in Mountain Home. We've talked about this on many of our shows with the what we are able to have. We've got our 4 community houses. There are community houses that are there for cancer or aging or diabetes or for women's health, scattered throughout the country. But there isn't
4 on one campus.
But to have 4 on one campus
with
is unheard of.
12,000 people in your town.
And 12,000 people in your town. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's wonderful. I mean, it's just in a hospice. I think having the house here, because it is a small community and we have so many folks that come from other areas whose families are away, that for them it's wonderful to be able to say, can I come in and be taken care of, and given the dignity at the end of life that everybody deserves.
The absolute quality.
And it's such a continuum of care for us, for our patients on the home program, which is the majority of our patients receive hospice care services in the home. But there are times that they can't stay at home, whether their pain level cannot be managed in the home, perhaps they don't have a caregiver and aren't able to manage their needs at home. Sometimes a family that has a home patient just needs a break. I know I've heard you talk before with your mother. It would have been nice to just maybe to have had a weekend, or if you were traveling back and forth, to know that if you weren't there, that perhaps she could have gone to the hospice house for respite.
Or just to give my father a respite.
A respite.
And a few days at a time even.
We do occasionally have patients that are on hospice care that come to the hospice house for residential needs, where, like I said, they may not have a caregiver at home. It may not be safe for them to stay by themselves, and they are able to come on a residential stay. So there's just, it allows us some versatility that is, I think, invaluable to our
it's a great asset to this community.
And I think because coming here every 2 weeks, my mother she was ill for about 4 months, and I was flying back from the Netherlands 2 weeks, and then going back and coming back every 2 weeks for about 4 or 5 months, and it was a long haul. But you know, I got to know all the nurses, and I knew the care that they were being given. And of course, my sister lives here, and my dad. And I think when I got off the plane, I had a choice to volunteer my time, and I was so thankful for what they were able to give my family that I thought, you know, I can't go into the patient care yet. Maybe 10 or 20 years from now, if I live that long. But, you know, I'm good at raising money sometimes, so, you know, I don't mind helping with the gala. And I don't remember, do you remember Mary Carlton?
I sure do.
And she talked me into helping, and I am so glad that she did, because it has been a wonderful, wonderful thing. Yeah, I've met a lot of nice people.
And we're so glad that you're doing it, but can you use some help?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you, we've got folks that watch every week, and we're so thankful for that, that if you have some time and you want to do something that is so worthwhile, so beneficial, the benefits work both ways in helping and in helping yourself. So what is it that you need, Terry?
Well, up until the gala, we're trying to push our sponsorships tremendously, because it's pretty much gravy for us. And, you know, coming up to the end, if you've only sold 100 seats and you have to sell 120 to make it, if we have sponsorships that come in ahead of time, it just kind of makes our life a little easier. We would like people to come forth, if number one, if they want themselves to sponsor, or if they know of somebody and they want to help us find the sponsors and to bring in the sponsorships. That's one way to help. We also need items for our live auction. We have a few, but we need others. And I mean, we've had some really fun things out there. One year we had skateboards and hoodies, and Chris Nassari was skateboarding through, you know, down the aisle. I mean, it was fun. We've had a Jack Black signed ukulele. We may have a Jack Black poster this year. We're not sure, but it's supposedly is in the mail, but we haven't got it yet, so we can't say we're going to have it. And we have a few other things we're working on. But, you know, we're a small committee of maybe 3 or 5, well, we're up to 5 people now. And the more people we have to brainstorm to help us come up with ideas and actually go out and do the grunt work to bring in the items would be tremendous.
And even to do some of the other things, like Terry, she is right. The woman has a gift for raising money and for talking to folks, and
she's hard to say no to.
Yes, and she's very good at explaining the need and how they can help fill that need. But we need some people that are willing to do things like help decorate and some, you know, just some of the basics and things like that. Address envelopes. I mean, it could be anything from making photocopies to going out and knocking, you know, on business doors and things like that. So it kind of runs the gamut. It's a large party. It's something that we want to be as perfect as can be. Terry reminds me all the time, they don't know if it's not perfect.
Yeah, only we do.
But we want to make it.
That's marketing 101.
Yeah, nobody else knows.
But you didn't mean to do that? Oh, well, yeah.
As long as it works, we don't care.
But we do want to, you know, make it a quality evening that people will talk about, that they will have fun, that they will see not only the benefit of what we are doing with hospice, but also that it will benefit them in having, you know, a nice dinner, nice wine, dancing, and a good time. So we do want to pull off a great evening, and it takes a lot of hands to do that.
And how would someone reach you again? The same numbers?
508-1771. They can call my extension directly at 508-2785.
2785, okay.
Yes.
Webpage.
Our webpage is hospiceoftheozarks.org. Stop by, you know, if you're interested, and
if you're in town and you want to talk. So because you're usually there, or I know sometimes you're out in the community, but there's always somebody.
There's always somebody, and or they'll call me and say we have somebody here, and so there's usually always somebody in the office that can at least get some initial information and then get back. And I really loved what Terry said. You know, we have a group of volunteers that are interested in patient care and transportation, sitting at the front desk at Hospice House, those type of things, and crucial, absolutely crucial to what they do. And then we have some folks that want to do the different things, and Terry's one of those that she sees that this is the fit for her and the area that she can offer something to hospice, but also that it's a fit in your life.
And it sounds like you've got a fit for everyone. So
that's what Kathy had told me, our volunteer coordinator. She said that she can find a fit for anybody who wants to volunteer.
For you. Yeah,
she's good at what she does.
Yes.
She is.
And as you say, one of the key things on all of this is to have those great ideas. It's so much more fun to brainstorm with a whole group and sit around and say, oh, wait a minute, because somebody will throw something out, and from there it's, you know, like a ball of string that's rolling across the floor, and it's like it just keeps moving on. So,
and it's a lot of fun.
And it's a lot
of
fun.
It's fun to work, and it's fun to play.
Yeah. Well, let's tell everyone again before we have to leave today. The gala this year then is going to be on March 3rd.
We will be doing the Be a Star balloon donation from now until February 29th, because then we have to get everything prepared for the balloon release. Tickets, invitations for tickets will go out next week. And like I said, if somebody is interested in having an invitation, please let us know. We'd love to get you one.
And they can reach on your website. They can call the hospice administrative offices.
And stop by.
And they can stop by.
And Facebook.
And Facebook. All right.
I love that that's part of my job, to get to check our Facebook.
So don't disappoint Lori. She wants to see some nice things on Facebook. So
I do. That's one of the highlights of my day. It's bad.
Terry, Lori, thank you so much for coming in today. We're so glad. We wish you the best success for this 6th annual Hospice of the Ozarks Gala.
Thank you so much.
Maybe we'll be able to come back and report.
I would love to have you come back and return, because I want to know who that chef is. So pick up the phone if you want to know who the chef is and you want a fine meal. Pick up the phone, give Lori a call over at Hospice of the Ozarks. All right. Thanks again for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
We'll see you again next week on BRMC's Healthy Connections.